first step is to score in the feather lines. Use the scoring hold and score down the lines using one continuous movement. Repeat this 2 to 3 times for each line. Now we're going to carve in the feathers. The best technique for carving in the goldfinch feathers depends on which feathers you're actually carving. You'll find that the technique changes as you move round the wing. So to begin with, let's start with feathers 1 and 2. Here you will see I've already made a start on carving to give you an idea. When carving the goldfinch wing, I discovered that working from the tip inwards works best, unlike the swallow wing, where we worked outwards towards the tip. Clamp the wing in place and take your chisel in the index hold. You will definitely need to support it with your other hand as well. Start at the feather tip and work inwards. Just like with the swallow wing, when you are carving the top side feathers, you need to carve to the outside edge of the lines. Repeat steps 1 and 2 to make the ridge deeper and more defined. Now you can clean up the edge of the ridges. Use the index hold, but turn the blade on its side. Then work along the edges. I've found you can do this in either direction. So far, I have shown you how to carve in feathers 1 and 2. I've worked ahead a bit, so I've also carved in feather 3. Now I'm going to show you how to extend the carving over the edge of the wing. For this, I discovered that you need to flip the wing around and carve outwards towards the tips. I'm going to demonstrate with feathers 1 to 3. Start by making sure your lines are well scored in. If you need to rescore anything, do it now. Next, take your gouge in the thumb hold and work downwards towards the tips. You can see how we've now extended the ridges that little bit further. You can now clean up the ridges. Here I'm using the pencil hold. You can apply all the techniques I've shown you so far to carving feathers 1 to 5. To demonstrate, I'll show you a speedy overview of me carving feathers 4 and 5. So this is where we're up to. We've carved in feathers 1 to 5. Now we need to carve in feathers 6 and 7. But to do this, we're going to use a slightly different technique. Take your gouge in the thumb hold and carve with the grain, perpendicular to the feather line. Work your way along the line, making small cuts. After a little while, rescore and repeat. I will now show you a speedy overview of this process. To extend your carving over the edge of the wing, you can use your whittling knife. At this point, you may have pretty much finished carving in the topside feathers. But if you want, you can carry on playing with all the techniques we've used. I had a little experiment, and I discovered that you can carve with the grain for feathers 4 and 5. So I did a little bit more work on those, just for the fun of it. Here's a speedy overview of what I did. Here's what my wing looks like, before moving on to the next video. Next, we need to carve in the feathers on the underside, and then work into the edges.